Good evening, parents and guardians. My name is Jennifer James, and I am the proud principal of International Studies Academy, Charter Middle High. Welcome to our open house. This night is exceptionally exciting as it is ESA's first open house. Open house is a special night and a ritual of walking in your child's shoes. You will spend the next 2 hours doing what your child does over the course of a regular school day. You will attend all of your child's classes today, and each class will be 10 minutes long. In between each class, you will have 5 minutes from class to class, just like your child does. I would like to thank our amazing teachers and staff for everything they do. This is ESA's second year, and we are working extremely hard to prepare our students to be thoughtful, educated members of a global society. Lastly, I would like to thank our parents and community members for everything you do in supporting and helping us grow successfully. Teamwork makes the dream work. Enjoy your evening and experience what being an Eagle is all about. This is our administrative team. We have Mr. Del Valle, who is our assistant principal and also oversees high school discipline. We have Ms. Moss Jimenez, our ESOL and testing chair, as well as middle school discipline. We welcome Ms. Leanne Haddad, our school guidance counselor. Mr. Martin Ellis, our ESC coordinator, Ms. Brittany White, our activities director, and Mr. Anthony Johnson, our athletics director. Parents, it's important that when you reach out and want to communicate with us, that you always first communicate with your child's teacher. If you feel at that moment that the situation has not been taken care of, please email Mr. Del Valle or Ms. Mas Jimenez. We do follow a hierarchy at our school, so it's important that we go through all the proper channels when communicating with one another. And here are some friendly faces around ESA. Ms. Emiliana Hernandez, our office manager. Ms. Ursi Baide, she is our school treasurer. Ms. Luciane Moreira, she is one of our office assistants. Mr. Bolaños, our head custodian. Mr. Diego Reynoso, our cafeteria manager, and Mr. Oscar Baez, our school registrar.
International Studies Academy believes that attendance is critical for our students' success. Therefore, we do follow Broward County Public Schools attendance procedures. When a student is absent 5 times, whether it is unexcused or an excused absence, it does get documented as an attendance referral. It is also important that if you are absent, you have 72 hours to submit your documentation for either being excused or unexcused absence. You do this through the school absent note and the school website under the parent tab. Also, please remember that students have 2 days to make up assignments, and any student who is externally suspended can also make up assignments.
We do observe the Jewish holidays throughout the year. So this is just a snapshot of the Jewish holidays and the dates that we will excuse. These are the only dates that we will excuse. I would like to talk a little bit about student courses now that student schedules have now been completed. It is important for every middle school parent to understand that when you are an ESA student, all our middle school students must have 2 language courses in their schedule. One is considered the grammar class and one is considered the conversation class. This is only for Italian, French, and Spanish. So again, all middle school students must have 2 language courses in their schedules, a grammar and a conversation. High school students only have 1 language class. Now please understand, some of you might be saying, well, my child doesn't have a language, or my child is missing PE, or my child. That is because if your child did not pass the FSA exam, meaning they scored a 2 or 1 in reading or mathematics, they automatically lose their electives and they lose the language, because intensive reading and intensive math are mandatory for students who did not pass the FSA. It is important for students to pass the FSA so that they don't have to take the intensive readings and intensive math courses. Trust me, they make the schedules a lot more difficult when we have to put them in these classes. So if you notice that your child is intensive reading and intensive math, it is because they did not pass the FSA. Also, Algebra 1 and 10th grade FSA ELA are still graduation requirements. The state has not removed that. So, pandemic or no pandemic, again, if you have a student that is a senior, Algebra 1 and 10th grade FSA ELA are still graduation requirements until the state says that it's no longer a requirement. Elective courses are replaced and removed from a student's schedule when a required class is needed. When some students did not attend summer school, some students that did not pass a class in 6th grade but move on to 7th, parents have to understand that if we're going to do our best to try to provide that extra class, which is class course recovery in the child's schedule, they are going to lose electives. So again, elective courses are replaced and removed from a student's schedule when a required class is needed.
International Studies Academy has a strict no cell phone use policy. Students must keep their cell phones in their book bags turned off throughout the day. Cell phones are only to be used before or after school. If a student is caught with a cell phone, the cell phone will be taken away and given to the main office. At that point, parents must come to the school to retrieve it after school hours. Students must be wearing their school uniforms at all times. Students must purchase their school uniform from All Uniform Wear. Students that are not wearing their school uniform will be sent to the office. Reminder, shirts must be tucked in and a belt must be worn.
Arrival and dismissal, our favorite topic. Parents, have you noticed that the traffic has gotten a lot better? Working with Bengamla, we ask parents to please be patient. We understand that the first couple of days of school was extremely rough. However, it has gotten better. But it could be even better if we have parents' cooperation. Do not drop off or pick up students in front of the school. We have a lot of parents that are just pulling up to the school and letting their children cross the street, run across the street. I could not even imagine if something was to happen to one of these kids running across the street. So we ask that parents pull into the arrival car line and pull into the dismissal car line if picking up. Students must be picked up and dropped off from the carpool line. High school students must arrive before 7:25. 7:25 is the first bell, and at 7:30, it is a tardy bell for high school, meaning that high school students must be sitting in their chair at 7:30. If not, they are considered late. Middle school students must arrive before or at first bell, 7:55, and must be sitting in their chair at 8 a.m. Okay. Students that are late will receive a demerit as well as a yellow pass in order to get into class. Our traffic pattern. I know that this pretty picture has been shared by PTSO, and again, we are showing it to you once more. It is extremely important that ESA parents stay to the right-hand side when coming into the school. We are working with Bengamla to make sure that Bengamla parents are on the left lane and then merge into the right lane once they have passed ESA. However, once you are inside of our school parking lot, when you pull in, please make 2 lines. You have noticed that I, myself, the principal, am out there pulling the traffic, as well as Mr. Del Valle and Ms. Haddad. It is extremely important that you merge once you approach the pickup area. Be courteous, be respectful of one another, parents. Love thy neighbor. It is important that you pull up all the way to the front, parents. This is not about you, and this is not about just your child. This is about all of the students of ESA, and making sure that you pull up all the way to the front so that everybody gets in their car and keeps the traffic moving. When you pick up all the way in the back, you are holding up the traffic. So please, again, parents, pull into the back parking lot, make 2 lanes, merge into one, and pull up all the way to the front. Your child can walk to the car. Make your child walk to the car. It is important that you follow these traffic patterns, because believe it or not, it is a domino effect. So again, we ask you for your patience. We feel that it is getting better. Dismissal for middle school is now 11 minutes, 10 minutes. Thank you to all those parents that are out there and support us and are doing what we're asking them to do. We're not out there to be difficult, but again, if parents were just to follow the traffic pattern, things would run a lot smoother. So again, pull in, make 2 lanes, merge into one, pull up all the way to the front, be courteous of one another, love thy neighbor, okay, be nice, it's only for a few minutes, and then once you get out, then you go off onto Van Buren Street, okay? But we really ask this of you, because again, if we all work together, then dismissal will be even better.